Very strange virus has swept through the city because people can't wake up if they go to sleep. A few friends were partying at home. Suddenly one friend fell right off the couch. The man approached and checked. Surprisingly found that his friend was not breathing. John rushed to perform cardiac resuscitation on him and urged his friends to call the police for help. But there was no answer at the police station. The friends were ready to run away when they saw what had happened. John could only run into the house to find other people to help. A couple was found lying quietly on the bed, similarly stopped breathing. John thought it was a toxic gas invasion. He rushed to Matt's side covering his mouth and nose and told that 3 people had now stopped breathing. It could have been caused by a gas leak of some kind. If they also continued to stay inside the house they were likely to be killed. So at John's suggestion, Matt had to help carry the 3 bodies to the car. They immediately drove to the hospital. When they asked the doctors to save their friends, they were horrified to find that there were very few doctors at the hospital. The corridors were littered with bodies. The nurse heard that 3 people had stopped breathing. She immediately went to the car to check the situation. When it was clear that there was no chance of resuscitation, the nurses turned around and left. Because the nurses had other patients to save, a large number of patients died suddenly in the hospital. The 2 female nurses on duty have been busy all night. The exact cause will have to wait until the police arrive to investigate. In order to understand the situation, John and Matt had to sit in the hospital and wait. This father and daughter had no access to a doctor. They had no choice but to sleep in their chairs. What they didn't realize was that there was no cure. The director had already dismissed the other doctors. Now the dean has to rush back home regardless. Lisa saw that the dean was determined to leave. She looked to her co-worker for help, and her co-worker was very kind. She agreed to stay and help Lisa, but the co-worker had worked all night. She was going to take a 10-minute break, but she didn't know she'd be asleep forever because of it. John noticed something unusual. He saw the sleeping old man foaming at the mouth and had lost all consciousness. John immediately got up to wake the old man's daughter, but as soon as John touched the woman, the next moment she collapsed. Lisa heard the commotion and rushed over to check on her. She immediately realized something was wrong. She rushed to get help from her co-worker, but the female co-worker didn't seem to be breathing either. Lisa also finally realized the truth. As soon as they fall asleep they can't wake up because they couldn't get in touch with the police. Lisa immediately decided to get out of the hospital to look for help. So the 3 of them embarked on a journey of discovery together. Lisa suddenly asked for a stop of the stop. John and Matt realized that the whole town was terribly quiet. Lisa then fired a shot in the air and no one showed up. Apparently there were no survivors in the town. In order to further verify, they went to the residents' homes to check. And sure enough, the residents had all died in their sleep. Lisa deduces from experience that some kind of virus may have triggered it. Now all they can do is stop more people from falling asleep, because there must be a lot of people who stay up all night, and probably some of the night workers hadn't slept. Just as they're getting ready to go, the car suddenly won't start. John suddenly remembered his girlfriend, but she told him she'd been playing games all night. She's getting ready for bed now.